Today we're on page 7 of the Chapter 10 AP Chemistry packet, and we're going to be talking about the Clausius-Clapeyron equation. We're going to understand how this equation is derived from this graph. So in this intro video, we're just going to derive the equation from the graph. You'll recall that in a graph, you have y and x, and the slope is equal to the change in y over the change in x. So we see here that the change in y is going to be the change in ln Vp, and the change in x is going to be the change in 1 over t. And also we understood before that the slope of this graph is equal to negative hvape over r. So because we understand those things, we're going to know that the change in ln Vp2 minus 1 is going to be the numerator. So let's call this point number 2 and point number 1. Okay, so if we have the ln of Vp2 minus the ln of Vp1, that's going to be the numerator, and then the denominator is going to be 1 over T2 minus 1 over T1, and that's going to equal the negative hvape over r, because that is the slope. So now we're going to do a little algebra. We're going to multiply each side by 1 over T2 minus 1 over T1. So that's going to equal negative hvape over r times 1 over T2 minus 1 over T1. And that's going to equal the ln of Vp2 minus the ln of Vp1. Now you should recall your logarithms. The laws of logarithms, and that if you subtract the log of two things, what you can do is take the log of the quotient. So this is going to be the ln of Vp2 over Vp1, and that's going to equal negative hvape over r times 1 over T2 minus 1 over T1. And please remember that this is 8.31 joules per mole Kelvin. So this hvape has to be in joules per mole. That's really important. It has to be in joules per mole. A lot of times they're going to give you the wrong units. These two could be in any unit you want as long as you match, because it's going to be a ratio. And of course, as always, temperature must be in Kelvin. So as long as you get your units right, you should be fine with these calculations. Now we're going to use this equation to do the next page over here to find missing values. So in essence, what you're doing with this is they're telling you in a problem, they're going to tell you 4 pieces of information out of 5. So your variables in this are the T1, the T2, the hvape, the Vp1, and the Vp2. You have 5 variables. They're going to give you 4 of them and ask you for one of them. Okay, well in the next video we'll see how to calculate this.